concept why we should keep our head in the south part only, that will be disturbing our sleep pattern. So it is always recommended to keep head in south only, not in. So when you sleep and keep your head in the southern part, towards the south direction, that is totally scientific and that is totally recommendable, especially from Vastu perspective, because that actually supports the natural flow of magnetic energies. And magnetism, the Earth's magnetism is part of Earth energies only, and that comes under the purview of Vastu Shastra only, where we study the natural flow of energies that flow in the built-up space also. So that is very much a part of Vastu Shastra only, and that is why probably the ancient text on Vastu Shastra, those recommended keeping your head in the south direction while you sleep. So if we want to get into the detail of this concept, why we should keep our head in the south part only, that again we need to understand the natural flow of magnetic energies. So when we basically our head, this part that has some fluid inside it, if you talk to any neurologist or any doctor, any MBBS doctor or any doctor, so they'll tell you that we have some particular fluid in this area, and that fluid actually works like the north pole of our body. Just like there is a north pole of the earth, so we have our north pole here, and we have our south pole in the heels of our body, in the feet. So the feet represents the south pole. So that is why people recommend that your feet should always be hot and your head should always be cool. That is the symptom of a healthy person. So when we sleep, if we keep our head in the north direction, if we sleep with head in north, that means we are creating an obstruction to the natural flow of energies, because in that case our north pole will be repelling the natural energies from north pole. So two magnets, just consider two magnets, each having their north pole towards facing each other, so those are likely to repel only. Both north poles will repel, so it's only one north pole that will be attracting another south pole. So that is why if we keep our head in the south direction, so in that case our north pole, our head, it will be allowing the natural flow of energies from southern pole. So that is in conformity, that is in sync, that is in harmony with each other. So it is always recommended to keep head in south only, not in north. So this is one thing. So that is why everyone should keep their head in south only while sleeping, because in today's world almost everyone is totally stressed out, and when we keep our head in the north direction, that means we are creating an obstruction to a regular sleep, because in that case that will be disturbing our sleep pattern, that will not allow us to sleep properly, because we are talking about sleep only. When we sleep and we keep our head in the north direction, that means we are creating obstruction in natural flow of energies and creating disturbance for our sleeping patterns. It might lead to insomnia also later on means if we continue doing this for a longer period of time. So if we keep the alternative, if we keep our head in the eastern part, even that is also permissible. So there are two permissible directions when we sleep. Either we should keep our head in the south, or we should keep our head in the eastern part, in the eastern side, in the east direction. These two are the best direction. The concept again lies in the magnetism only. When we sleep facing east, when we sleep while keeping our head in the east, then our left shoulder faces the south pole, and our left shoulder is basically this left part of our body that represents north pole. It represents the feminine part, and the right part of our body, it represents south pole. It represents the masculine part of our body, the heat element, the hot element, the masculine part. It is represented by the right side of our body. So when we sleep keeping our head in east, that means our right side, our southern pole, is facing the Earth's north pole. That is in conformance, that is in harmony. But when we sleep keeping our head in western side, when our head position is in west, that means our right side, this south pole is facing Earth's south pole, and again the same thing happens, the same disturbance appears, because the Earth's south pole, it will be repelling our south pole. Again insomnia, again disturbance in sleeping pattern, again disturbance in activities of left brain, logics. So in that case, that is, if we continue doing this, if we sleep there, see, wherever you sleep, whichever direction you keep your head into while sleeping, if you are doing it for a shorter duration of, say, for some days or some months, that is not going to affect you. Take it from us, don't worry at all. The sleeping position, the head position, it does matter only when you do it for a longer period of time, say at least 6 months or 1 year or more than that. So keeping your head in west, if you sleep for at least 12 to 15 years, then it is likely to generate doubts in your mind. You might appear an argumentative person, or a person who is ready to fight with anyone. So these kind of tendencies might generate in a person, especially in females. Otherwise, the best thing is that you sleep either in south or in east, keeping your head in south or in east. So I have explained the logic that lies in the lines of magnetism, the theory of magnetism basically.